it's MK and I am here with another Messy Monday layout for you guys today. And today we are mixing our inks and sprays, and I'm also playing along with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and the sketch today is by Sheri Stewart. So I have picked out this ink right here that's pumice stone, and I'm going to use my ink blending tool. I also have this uber old spray that I made back in my Close to My Heart days. I don't know how long ago. 2010, 11, 12, somewhere in there. It's still old, so we're going to find out together whether or not this little bottle sprays. I also have a collection of elements here, some from Dusty Attic, some from Minte that I've fussy cut out, some from Scrapbook Addicts, and then of course some die cut pieces that I cut out using a die from paper. These little pieces here, this Love This and Details, are from Pretty Little Studio. I don't remember the collection. I just know that they were donated gifts that were table gifts from our last cruise. And then from Pretty Little Studio, I also have these Grateful Heart collage florals. So we're going to try to use some more of these up. I know there's 2 packages within this one package, and I've been slowly using them. I have from the, I know this isn't Grateful Heart. Oh, maybe it is. I think these are the 8x8 Grateful Heart collections, and I fussy cut out all of these strips. I don't know if I'll use all of them, but I want to use some of them. And then I also have some scraps that I do not end up using on this layout. I just put it in this page kit. Now, same with these pieces here. I don't know if I'll use the light bulbs, but I think I'm going to use the ripped little plaid piece that I have. These are the photos that I would like to do. It's of one of the walks that I was doing around the lake, and I caught the sunrise. And I'm on the other side where my house is, a complete opposite from where my house, over on the dam. And these are the pictures that I saw on my view. I'm going to use both sides of this Close to My Heart piece. The plain side, or this crosshatch side, I'm going to die cut with this little frame that Joni had on her wall. And then I'm going to use the striped side. I know that the stripes won't look good as the die cut. And then I picked out this floral paper because it is the never-ending piece of floral paper. I cut into it, I still have scraps. I cut into it some more, I still have scraps. And at the end of this layout, you guessed it, I'm still going to have some scraps. It is the never-ending piece of paper. So let's hope I can make another layout using these later, especially with all the little pieces that I do not end up using. So the first thing I do is I cut some strips to replicate the strips that are across Sheri Stewart's layout. And I start with the stripe on the bottom and the floral on the top, but then I want to add this plaid piece that's already ripped. Now I'm going to use my ink to just highlight my edges. And what everybody else uses ink for, this is a long time ago. I used to do this inking of the edges way back when I first started paper crafting. And it is something that I used to do on every single one of my layouts. And then all of a sudden I stopped doing it on all my layouts. I don't know why. I don't know if it was a trend thing, or I just want to hurry up and get my pages done faster, because this does take a long time to do. But I wanted to share ways that you guys could combine inks and sprays without making a mess. All right, so I have my page all cleaned off, and this is where I decided to put my florals down at the bottom and have my stripes up at the top with this little plaid here as a breakup piece. Like, it's going to cover up that seam even though it is on my floral piece. And then I'm also going to add this little strip of, it almost represents a mariner color, that Uncharted Mariner color that Tim Holtz has. Okay, so here's my spray. It's, again, uber old. I made this spray using alcohol and just that rubbing alcohol, some ink refill droppers, water, and some pearl paint. So it's got a shine to it. And it is just as gorgeous as the day I made it. And the spray worked beautifully. It didn't clog in the tube, nothing. It was just fabulous. I gave it a good mixing. Now, as you can see, the paint is still down at the bottom, so I'm not getting a whole lot of color on the first two pieces that I sprayed. And when I go to take my white die cut pieces out of this packaging and spray it, I'm starting to see color, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's gorgeous, because it's a little on the purpley side, even though it looks pink in the tube. And so I am going to go ahead and pick up some more of this paint, and I am loving this very subtle color. Now, I don't know how well you guys can see it, or whether or not it's even changing, but I can see it in real life, and I was so excited I had to spray them some more. Now, I do have to be careful, because these are not textured paper. It's not anything. It was just close to my heart. White cardstock. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and take some more of that striped paper, flip it on its other side, and I'm trying to guess how much I need to cut off so it fits inside my little die cut machine. And like I was saying, I am liking this, pointing out the items that make traveling so much easier, like this mini die cut machine, like my gelatos. They are fabulous for not taking a whole lot of inks with us. I actually borrowed this Lost Shadow ink from, was it this one, or no, it was the oxide one I borrowed from Lynn, because I didn't bring any of my oxides. This one I brought, because this is pumice stone. It's not Lost Shadow. Get your facts straight. I also am using my messy rag. That is nasty, you guys. I think I need to finally break down and just get a new messy rag. But it is my messy rag, and I am just using it to cover up my light. All right, so now that I've got my layout almost figured out, I did switch out that purple piece for another Mariner piece. This one's a little darker, and it's going to go up at the top. And again, the picture is going to cover it up just a little bit, so it's not going to be so bold and noticeable. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my first Mariner piece down underneath this little strip that I have going on. And I'm going to attach that straight to my, my floral piece. That way I'm not covering up too much of my stripes at all. And then I've also got that inked edge in between both of the pieces, so the plaid and the striped piece, and then it'll become pretty prominent, because now the edge is going to become even darker because you've got two inked edges. I know when we do a Messy Monday, you guys expect a complete mess, and then also too, I know that you guys are looking for some sort of background or some sort of exciting thing, but I really wanted to take the opportunity to explain to you guys how simple mixing two supplies can be. So here I made my own spray, and I was able to have a spray and and use it to just highlight some of my white die cut pieces, and then I used my ink to just highlight the edges of my paper to make them stick out a little bit more and not be so dull and boring. It doesn't always have to be a mess. It doesn't always have to be a background. It doesn't always have to be to where when we say Messy Monday that we are making a complete mess to where we have to stop in the middle of our project and go wash our hands. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, that you can definitely use your supplies as little or a lot as you want. It is entirely up to how comfortable you guys are with your supplies, because even just inking the edges makes a bold statement on this layout. Again, these are just beautiful pictures of the sunrise that I had noticed as I was doing my walk around our lake, and I just happened to get to the dam, which is on the opposite side of where we live. So the other side of the lake, and I got over there and I looked up and I thought, oh my stars, that's beautiful. And our clouds these days have just been gorgeous, like picturesque, perfect, gorgeous clouds. I just want to do a whole album about the sky and how beautiful it is, and the full of colors and brightness, and sometimes it's really orange, and sometimes it's yellow and pink and purple, and I mean, just absolutely beautiful. And when I put these photos with this color palette, they really, really did stick out with this black in there. And I just thought it was great because everything else, as far as the papers go, are very subtle. And so they really help make my photos pop off this page. And I cannot express enough how beautiful it is. And I am just addicted to taking pictures of the sky. And I hope you guys don't get too bored of those types of pictures. Eventually, I will get back to taking pictures of people, but I have a lot of non-peoply pictures, say that 10 times fast, that need to be completed so I can complete some albums and then move on to the next year's albums, right? So with these, sometimes with die cuts from like a mass-produced die cuts, you'll get some wonky little pieces left from however they cut their die cuts out. And so I was just taking my scissors and trimming those pieces out. It doesn't mean that they're bad or that they're no good. I just was going to clean them up a little bit and call them good. So I had a few pieces where I had to do that on a couple of these larger flowers. And other than that, they are just fine. I'm just letting you know what it is that I am doing. I'm not trimming off the white space because I think that Pretty Little Studio has their white space gap downright to the nails. Like, I do not have to trim out any of my Pretty Little Studios die cuts. I think it's great. Another thing too is that if I did not like the white space and I wanted to get rid of it, I would have taken my fingernail and just roughed up all of these edges. It's another something that I like to do. It doesn't disappear the white space, but it definitely gives a little bit more interest other than I'm a sticker or a die cut. Now that my little leaves, my die cut leaves are all dried up, I'm going to try to add a few of them into my clusters. I don't end up using all of them, which I'm just fine because that spray is very subtle. It is a very subtle, light, purpley spray. Even though, yeah, it is beautiful. It's almost the same shade as my frames, but very, very subtle and shimmery now. So I like the addition of these little guys here and how wispy they are. They add a little bit of wisp to the layout. So I'm going to go ahead and add the last one in. And then, of course, I'm going to take some foam dots and try and give this layout some depth because right now it is very, very flat. So make sure everything gets stuck. In the details, you can definitely see the sparkle from where that shimmer but that shimmer definitely took off. And I did spray it twice because the first time I only sprayed it with alcohol and sparkle, and I didn't get any color on it. So I sprayed it again with the same color once it dried, so I can get some color to it. So that way it doesn't have to just be a sparkle, and it had that beautiful color to it. And I like it because it's blotchy. It didn't actually spray the whole thing that color. So I really like that. And then, of course, the last thing I did was pick out one of my labels and add that just so that way it's very pastel and it doesn't stick out a whole lot. But there is my layout based off of Sheri's sketch. So I really do love it. I wish I could have made the frames just a little bit bigger, but like I said, I absolutely love it. If I was that worried about it, I probably would have handmade my own frames, but I love that cute little frame that I found on Joni's die wall. All right, you guys, don't forget all the links that I have down below, playlists for Christy's Beautiful Life and Messy Monday, as well as Facebook groups. I have a Facebook group for Mixed Media for Beginners, and then I also have a Facebook group, or I don't have a Facebook group, but Christy has a Facebook group for her Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and we're on series 19. So if you go back and take 18 times 30, we've got that many series and that many sketches for you guys for all the inspiration, and you click into each one of them and you can see everybody else's take on their sketch. It is fabulous, you guys. So go check it out and get some inspiration, find some new things to try, and yeah. All right, you guys, again, thank you so much, and I will check you all later. Bye.